Professional magazine. I'm here today at HRPA 2018 Annual Conference and Trade Show, and I'm here with keynote speaker Dr. John Izzo. Thanks for joining us, John.
Thank you.
So your keynote was about engagement, specifically purpose and the purpose revolution. Could you tell us a bit about how that's changing the workforce?
Yeah, so I was talking today really about a revolution of expectations that's happening in the global workforce around purpose, which is an emerging desire to get all the things we've always wanted from work, you know, money, status, learning, growth, opportunity, recognition. But now we want something more. We want meaning, we want purpose, and we want to work for companies that we feel are leveraging good. And so this is a global revolution of expectations that is really going to reshape the war for talent.
And how is the millennial generation a factor in this?
Well, interestingly, the two most purpose-focused generations, the global workforce, about 37% of the global workforce are purpose-focused. Doesn't mean other people don't care about purpose, but about 37% are regularly, focused on, seeking and staying at jobs where purpose is the focus. And the two most purpose-focused generations are the millennials, not surprising, very optimistic, idealistic generation. 50% of millennials say they would take a pay cut to work for a company that they believed in, or a job with purpose. But interestingly, an almost equally focused purpose generation are the baby boomers at the end of their career. And it makes sense if you think about it, because many of the traditional challenges are behind them financially and professionally, and they want to end their career not just working for money, but to feel like they're contributing something at the end of their careers. So again, while all generations care about purpose, the millennials, the youngest workers, and the oldest workers appear to care the most about purpose.
And is it fair to say this is becoming a real competitive differentiator when it comes to getting top talent?
Yeah, and so in terms of the anecdotal evidence, it's kind of overwhelming. I think of the folks at 3M, when I wrote the book, The Purpose Revolution, and interviewed all these companies. Many of them told me that when they go to university campuses now, those that have a great purpose reputation, like the 3Ms of the world, will say that the best students come to them saying, I want to work for you. And just convince me it's real. In other words, they've almost been pre-sold to believe in the company, right? And many of these companies are also stealing top talent, often for a pay cut or no pay raise, from other companies. So for example, Seventh Generation, a very purpose-focused cleaning products company, has stolen some of the top research talent on cleaning products from much larger companies like Procter & Gamble, because of purpose, right? And these people are often taking pay cuts to come and work for Seventh Generation, but because they just feel so good about the work that they're doing. They say, I don't want to end my job just creating a cleaning product. I want to create a cleaning product that's going to make the world a greener place. So yeah, there's lots of evidence that the companies that are focused on purpose are winning the war, especially for the best people.
And from an HR perspective, what advice would you have for HR professionals who are trying to build that really purposeful employer brand right now?
Well, there's a lot of different things you need to do, but I'll give you kind of three pieces of advice. One is most leaders don't know how to lead purpose. They don't know how to coach it. They don't know how to get employees to identify their purpose. They don't know how to keep purpose focused in teams, create what I call line of sight to purpose, where people are really seeing the difference their work is making. So first, we need to really train leaders to lead for purpose. We assume they know how to do it, and they've never been trained to do it. The second thing is, when we recruit for jobs, we need to focus on what I call job purpose, not job function. What is this role? How is it going to make a difference for customers, for clients, for the world? How is your company doing that? One company we work with changed all their job descriptions in recruiting towards a purpose focus instead of a task focus. They got a 40% decline in the number of people who applied for the job. And you might think, oh, that's bad, except when you understand that purpose-focused employees perform better on every metric that we care about. They're more productive, they're more engaged, they're more committed, they leave less often, they call in sick less. So you want the most purpose-driven people to apply. They got a 30% increase in the number of qualified candidates who they would consider hiring. So think about it, 40% less people applied, but 30% increase in the number of people they would consider hiring. So reimagine your recruiting towards a purpose focus. Then the third thing is that many times companies, almost every company has a purpose. Few companies truly exist only for profits, maybe some. But in most companies, the real issue is the communication from leaders would lead you to believe that profit is all that matters. It's what's asked about, it's what's focused on, it's what is highlighted in meetings. So as HR executives, we need to almost do an audit of our meetings, our leadership communication, our CEO's communication. How much of it is focused on profit and task versus purpose and mission? And what we want to do is reorient our communication to highlight that which we want to grow. So again, in many cases, it's not intentional. The leader is not intending to send the message, we only care about profits, but that's the message that winds up being sent. And so I think for many of us, it's helping leaders see the role that their communication plays in how people wind up seeing the organization.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time out for us. I'm Liz Bernier, and this is HR Today.